Good afternoon. This short video will be for my advanced Photoshop class. The first project that you guys are working on, or supposed to be working on right now, is the Invisible Man project. It's not something that I invented. It's been on in existence for several years now. And there are some excellent examples on the web that I want to point to and show you various examples of not only final projects that others have done, but also there's some video tutorials as well that will that could be of help to you to do something really interesting and at least something that I'm going for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you what I found. Well, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. There we go. So I'm going to move this down here. So if you simply do a Google search, okay, and I put in Invisible Man project in Photoshop, and one of the first things that popped up were a series of videos, video tutorials that instruct you, and each one is slightly different depending on the circumstances and the uniqueness of the type of Invisible Man image that they're trying to create. Can be helpful. Some are more helpful than others. It depends on whether you want to rely solely on existing photographs or whether you want to take your own. If you take your own, the project might be a little bit easier. So let me show you a couple of examples. So these are the videos that I found. So this is in the simple search, but if you switch from videos to images, now we have some others, and I believe I've shown these to you before too. So if we look at this one, for example, this is a nice one because it shows the hollow of the collar, the hollow of the sleeves. He left the sunglasses and there's the hollow of the hat. Now the background is easy to get rid of. To recreate the hollow of the sleeves and the collar is a bit more challenging, but it's a good one. It's an interesting, it's a good photograph to start with, which is helpful. And it's done really, really well. Another one of my favorites, I mean, well, I won't say it's a favorite, but if we look at this one that's kind of a la Magritte, it's probably one of the simpler ones and it will suffice, but I think you guys can do better. I want you to really invest some time and effort in this project. So that's what I'm suggesting. Now, one of the things that you gotchas that I want you to look out for would be, for example, this project that someone did. So I'm going to move my image over here. And if we look over to the right, you can see that this fellow has photographed himself and put, erased, as I said, the skin and the face and the hands, and put himself in another photograph. And how he did this is he took two photographs, one with him in the photograph, probably it was set up on a tripod, and then another photograph without him. I forget which I said first, but one with him, one without him in the photograph. So if it's on a tripod, they will be identical. And then when you erase the skin, then you'll see the underlying image. There is one significant problem with this that he forgot about that you would need to work on. And I don't know if you can guess what that is, but he's missing shadows. There are no shadows of him on the ground. And that is a big, 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 big mistake. So if you feel a little uncomfortable or you try putting shadows in and they don't look believable, another one that might be pretty good, if we scroll down here, is this one here, the photograph of the Invisible Man holding the guitar. Okay, now I have already clicked on that and gone to this is where it takes you right here. So here is the before, the fellow with the guitar, his hand on the fret, on the neck of the guitar, you know, pressing on the frets. And here is the finished version. And again, you notice that he had, by erasing his hand, he had to then recreate the interior of the sleeve. He also had to use other parts of the neck of the guitar to rebuild it where his hand was placed. And he had to invent the neck. To replace the background probably wasn't that difficult, and to recreate the interior of the hat wasn't that difficult either, because he was able to take in the background, take elements from the background here and here, the sky and trees, you know, the bricks and that sort of thing, and recreate that. That's not, you know, just for this little piece in here, that's not that difficult. Or, I mean, maybe he took it from, the photograph was larger and he took it from another place. I'm not sure where. But then you can see here, this is a half-an-hour video. It's on YouTube. You can click on, and it gives you a step-by-step process for how to do this. There we go. So there's a beginning. Now, what he did to make it easier on himself is that you can see that he held an empty sleeve and photographed it. So he took all of these photographs himself. And he also took a photograph of the guitar without his hand, so it was easier to replace it. He could also take a photograph of the shirt without him in it, so it'd be easier to replace the interior of it. That's not a bad idea. So the more photographs you take yourself, the easier it will be. Okay. So this is really a good one, but there are many, many others that you have to choose from. Here, if we go back to here, again, here are some excellent, you know, some better than others. Some are unique. Some are really kind of unexpected and interesting approaches. But again, I encourage you to experiment. You have the time to do that for this project, to do something that maybe will be worthy of the student art show that will be coming up. This is a nice one too, because it, you know, it leaves enough parts of the person there holding a cigar, the glasses, some socks here, but you'll notice that the legs are gone, the hands are gone, the face and the neck and everything are gone. And they had to replace the background, which isn't too difficult, which is simply the curtains. You know, but, you know, make sure that it is an interesting approach to it, you know, and that really is subjective, but that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Okay, so there's lots of things here to assist you and to get you going with this. So that's really all I had to I wanted to cover today. I'm going to check again. I'm going to pause the video for a moment, and I'm going to see. And I'm going to say goodbye. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. Bring myself back here. And I'm going to say goodbye for now. Again, I hope that this short little instructive series, this instructive video will be helpful for you, to point you in the right direction if you're unsure about, you know, how to approach the first project. And that will be it. I will talk to all of you soon, or I hope that you stay in touch. And that's it for now. Okay. So I'm going to end the recording, pause it, and say goodbye. Bye-bye.